Austrians had their chances against the Finns yesterday, but couldn't reel it in. Well, the Swedes were dominant. And away we go. Game 2, day 2 of the World Championship. And it is so unusual to see the Swedes in their blues, which they very rarely wear. They used to do everything they could to avoid it until the 06 Olympics in Torino. They were forced into them in the gold medal game by the Finns and wound up winning the gold medal. Blues been fine with them ever since. Brought back in, and that quick shot by Marco Kasper, who...
For Sweden, now it's sort of into the grind of the tournament, day after day.
And a chance now for a 2-on-1 for Austria. Paul Huber walks right in and shoots, and a save made by Ersson.
Huber again. And falls on the heels of this chance by Paul Huber, who is a monster, 6'5", 220-something pounds.
But an early one here on an odd man rush for the Austrians. Brought back by Philip Forsberg. Pumps that back down. Kicker. Knocked down by Simone Edmondson. Schneider to Kasper. Kasper walks in, centers it, and that puck knocked away from Raffel. Schneider. Denmark, Germany taking on Hungary earlier there. Kazakhstan beat Norway 2-1.
Here's the closest chance as they're trying to find the stick in front of Raffel. He gets a piece of it, but Edmondson's big skates.
Held for the moment by Johansson for Raymond. Lucas Raymond gets loose behind the Austrian goal. Works back out and fires. Kicker makes the stop and hangs on to the rebound. And Jake Sanderson at 5. And yesterday Stutzla announced that he will be here.
There's that snow in the corner that has been missed.
That puck died.
Because it hit the snowbank.
And then Forsberg with a chance as a result of it. So, finds it out of Forsberg. That got disrupted as well by the snow in the corner. It's like an outdoor game. Edmondson a long shot off the mask of Kicker. Gustafsson alive for Lundestrom. Now picked up by Floden, walks it and shoots. Kicker makes the stop.
Heated driveways are a beautiful thing.
Yeah. Here comes Kasper with Schneider, and Sverger plays onside. Kasper shoots, and again, Samuel Ersson makes the stop. And now a race for it.
Got him.
Scooped up by Kynes. A centering pass chipped on goal. The stop made by Ersson. Lobs it back down the ice gently. Inside 5 to go here in the first period. Pedersen lobs that on goal. Kicker got a piece of that. Unterweger. Now back up ahead to Kasper. And Kasper taken down by Edmondson. And Forsberg brings it back the other way. In comes Philip Forsberg. Loose in front for Wenberg. Wenberg slides that back to Gustafsson with a shot. And the glove save is made by Kicker. And to your point, if it costs someone a goal in a tight game. Forsberg to Wenberg, and Edmondson put that wide. Now for sharp angle, Kicker takes that away from Zibanejad. Johansson works that free. Back for Anderson. And across to Pedersen. Little slap pass in front. And Kicker makes the stop with Raymond standing right there. We've got a hooking call coming.
Who scored Austria's goal in their first game against Finland. Gets a hooking penalty. Pedersen could try to score here or look for a pass. He's looking for a pass. And it gets just under the skate of Kicker. Now, I'm not sure if that's is this a hook on Raymond?
I don't know.
I mean, his stick was there, but he was barely touching him. It might have. So key not to drop any points against the teams you think you're supposed to beat.
Gregor Bieber, the 18-year-old defenseman, sends it back down, and lead pass finds Lucas Raymond busting in. Raymond works in, backhand shot stopped by Kicker. It's under him.
Do not move.
Reaching back behind the net. Kicker wasn't sure where it was.
He sneaks off the bench. He's calling for the puck way in advance. Heinrich doesn't realize he's behind him. He's in alone with all the way across. Kicker makes a save. It tumbles out of his glove and just rolls past the post. The first save is a good one. And he doesn't know where it is, but it's fallen. One of their top scorers goes awry.
Anderson. Down to Johansson. Back for Rasmus Anderson, a long shot. Kickert makes the save with Raymond standing right there. Very good against Canada. Lucas Horak.
Kept the 10-0 game 4-0.
Now Raymond fires again. Kickert again makes the stop. Aaron Wolf passes center right to Schneider. Lays it across to Casper in stride. In comes Casper with a shot. And Erson got just a piece of that. Tonight the Deans will take on the Swiss. In Herning. Now a chance for Raffel. He's got Baumgartner driving with him. In comes Raffel. Shoots. Erson save. Rebound. Score! Baumgartner fires home the rebound. And Austria takes a 1-0 lead.
Baumgartner and Raffel 2-on-1 from about their own blue line. And Backlund is digging in, but he never quite gets there. Can never corral Baumgartner, who works to stay in front of him. No-look shot by Raffel. Maybe a pass off the pads, although he's pretty far away. Puts it on the right pad of Ersson. And Baumgartner does a good job reaching and elevating and celebrating.
He was a big part of killing off Sweden's first power play in the game. Gustafsson back across to Raymond as Sweden looks for the equalizer here. Gustafsson back to Forsberg, a shot knocked down by Kickert. Carlson back across to Johansson, shoots, and Kickert makes the save and hangs on. Now Raymond fires and hammered that wide. Jonas Brodin steps up with it. Brodin back for Raymond, tees it up for Larson, a shot, Kickert save, rebound, loose in front, Heinrich knocked that away. And the Swedish fans looking for a penalty on Lebler. There is now Lindholm with a shot, Kickert makes the point blank save. For Johansson. Gustafsson. Gustafsson feeds it back across. Here's Zibanejad with a look. Shoot, scores! Mika Zibanejad, power play goal. The game is tied at 1.
Power play goal. My inner Sam Rosen. And shooting the puck. We talked getting it down towards the net. Nothing fancy about this, but it's the flashing screen of Johansson that causes Kickert to lose sight of it. And just get it down there. Just get it down to the net. Give yourself a chance. Zibanejad does that to tie the game. And for the teams battling for first, going to overtime is not the end of the world. You still sort of control your own fate if you run the table. But losing then forces you to win.
Back on Zibanejad, who fell. Wenberg pokes at it. And Lundestrom back down to Zibanejad for Wenberg. Bounces back in front. Lundestrom a shot. Kickert the save.
Lundestrom has swapped it, and he gets this great look here on the carom from Wenberg. Has a chance to settle it, and he goes underneath the puck a little bit. Tries to one-time it.
Tried to move the stick back to Kickert. He's now got it. And away comes Casper. Teams are back even straight. Casper winds it back. Chance score! Casper on the 2-on-1. And Austria regains the lead.
What a great return feed. Center lane drive, push everyone back. Edmondson with a stick on the ground that was dropped about a minute before. Wolf pushes it back, but this big Schnetzer, what a great look. Ersson is 100% committed to the shot, doesn't even get across to make an attempt on the return pass. And Casper, who has been good in moments.
Back around for Raymond. 2.5 to go here in the third. Puck moves to the side of the goal, knocked away by Baumgartner. Now picked up by Forsberg, throws that towards the goal, but off Backlund's skate. Lindholm for Raymond. Brodin, a shot, scores! Jonas Brodin with a blast to the point, and the game is tied at 2. And Jonas Brodin has goals in back-to-back games for Sweden.
Icing it down, getting tired. And eventually you end up with this creeping in towards the top of the circle. Perfect pass, wheelhouse, across the slot line, which means across the middle of the net. And that is when goalies have trouble. Shows that he could be an offensive force as well.
Here's Anderson with it now. Back across, Zibanejad scores! Because Zibanejad's got his second. And the Swedes have grabbed their first lead. And the joint is jumping now.
Set play off the faceoff. You win it, then you slide. And Kasper knows exactly what's happening, but Kasper gets to a knee on the faceoff, and that's all Zibanejad needs. He keeps backing up. Simple seam from Anderson. And even though Kasper's right there, Zibanejad elevates.
He's back down 6 skaters on 5 for Austria. They gave the Finns all they could handle yesterday, the Swedes today. Now picked up by Lindholm, fired that wide of the empty net. Backlund back with it. Now sent back in front. Wenberg scores! Alexander Wenberg doesn't shoot very often, but he couldn't resist there.
Fine, if I have to, because there's no goalie. Goalie out, Michael Backlund. Good strong on the puck, and he gets it over to Wenberg and puts it in the empty net. Sweden couldn't get anything going for 57 minutes. And now scored 3.
And the Swedes, to the delight of this capacity crowd now, recording 4 to win. They're 2-0. The Austrians fall to 0-2.